Mr. Pai, you're
what the
talking
government
about these
business
deep tech companies that you're investing in. We don't have the kind that China does, right? When it comes to electric mobility, for one, which is what...
we have, let me explain. We
Yes.
got a company which has created a 1 megawatt fast charging mechanism for a bus which can charge a bus in 15 minutes. It's called Exponent in Bangalore. They've done it, they put a lot of money to work, they're deep innovators. But then when they want to sell to the bus industry, the 90% of buses, 95% of buses are run by the State Road Transport Organization. You know how it is to deal with them. It's very difficult to do business in this country. And you know, our EV buses program is very small. China started the EV bus program 10 years ago.
Yes.
80-90% of buses are EV buses in China today. Look at the state in India. I'm only saying, look, we have a problem about deep tech startups in number and scaling up. We have more than 4,500. A lot of people are there. They're innovating. They're doing great work. We need capital. Help us raise capital.
So is that
Help us
the
raise
reason
money
why?
for R&D. Help the universities do more R&D. Help the research labs interact with them and work together so that we can do more. Look at the space industry.
But Mr.
We had a
Pai,
very good
we
industry.
have some of the largest unicorns in our own country. So if you're saying it's a lack of capital, how did they become so big? Why have we been focusing on service-based entrepreneurship, like the minister is saying?
Please. Go back to China. Which are the big companies that came up? Alibaba. That they one bike riding company came up, cycle riding company came up, the delivery company came up. Messu is something, 3 or 4 delivery companies. E-commerce, they raise money because they can grow very fast. Money will go where there are great returns and quick returns. There are no quick returns in deep tech. It takes multiple years to have the technology right and to do the work, right? We need long-term patient money. China has got long-term patient money through the government. And in the United States, the long-term patient money to the National Science Foundation, to the universities which work, and they got a huge market. Let me give you some data. 2014 to 2024, India invested $160 billion into venture and startups. China, $860 billion. US, $2.32 trillion. What is the comparison? What Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal has done is to say, this is the state of affairs. We're going to help you. We're going to remove barriers. We're going to make sure that you get more capital. We're going to put money to work. He didn't make the remark. It's just pointing finger, which is very unnecessary, bringing down this industry.
Right.
And if you look at that, that document that he released, I don't know who prepared that document, where the document is illogical to say that India does not have EV companies, battery companies, does not have this. Yes, we don't have companies of scale. We got much smaller companies.
Correct.
There are many AI companies in Bangalore.
Yeah.
I meet many of them. In our portfolio of 500 startups across many funds, we got 50 deep tech companies. We've been holding them for 9-10 years. I know the struggles they have for getting money.
Right.
I know the growth is impaired.
Yes.
I know how difficult it is to business. He must help us out in all these areas instead of pointing fingers. India has to grow up. And let me give you some more data. The government of India and state government spend 9 lakh crore as subsidies for the poor. Okay? Good luck to them because we need to help them. How much money is put into innovation in India across the government of India and state governments? Just give me a number.
But
1,000 crores, 2,000 crores, 3,000 crores. Why can't both spend 20,000 crores a year in innovation, in helping deep tech create high quality jobs? Let them invest through the funds.
But Mr. Pai, you've highlighted yourself in the past that only 15% of the $145 billion funding for startups in India comes from domestic sources. What are you proposing here? Because as far as the government's push is concerned, that's at one level. But indigenous investment in our startup ecosystem, why do you think that is lacking?
That is lacking because the largest part of money going into venture and startups comes from endowments and from pension funds and insurance companies in India. The insurance companies have got an AUM of close to 80 lakh crores. The pension industry has got about 25 lakh or 30 lakh crores. 100 lakh crores of AUM is there between them. How much are they invested into venture and startup? Peanuts. Hardly any number that you can quote. Why is that? Because some silly regulations which IRDA is not allowing them to do that because of some wrong impression that they have.
Yes.
Then how much money is being invested by the sectoral funds that the government has? We had a 10,000 crore fund in 2015, which is very good, which helped, but nothing else. In my state of Karnataka, which has got more than 25 lakh people working technology, $80 billion of services exports, 20,000 startups, 45 unicorns. How many funds and what does the government has done? Is the state government putting any money into AI? Nothing. They don't even talk about it. Chandrababu Naidu has made a tweet to Sam Altman to say, come to Andhra Pradesh, we are putting a lot of money into AI and everything else come in a state where there's not much activity.
Correct.
Karnataka, where 40% activity, 50% activity is there. What is the chief minister doing? Nothing.